Boo boo doo 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 boo 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 doo 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 doo. Anyways, um, so here's my dilemma. I'm working on book three, and I don't really have the ending yet. Um, because basically I broke it down into three parts. And part one I think is just very good. Part two is pretty good, and part three is kind of weak. But I just started part three, so to be fair, eh. Um, all right, let me just give you a quick rundown. I've done this before, but I'm gonna do it again. Okay, so book three is gonna start off with a prologue, life and death. It's called Life and Death, and it's in quotes. And that's the story of Clifford on his deathbed. Hand me the boy, and then he looks at the old woman. He looks at Dale T, and he's like, take care of the boy, and he drifts off and dies. Okay, there's that one. And then we go into prologue 2, which again, I know you're not supposed to have two prologues, but it's my book, fuck you. And it's called Prologue 2, in parentheses, is because why the hell not? Where Did My Life Go Wrong Part 2, which is a takeoff of Part 1 that ended book 2. The day I fell into the septic tank and almost died, which is, I love the, I, I love how the two prologues are so completely different. There's, take care of the boy, and then only a few years later, I'm falling into the septic tank. Dale T's looking down like it's the fucking movie of The Ring, with his teeth bucked out, going, and I'm looking up with shit all over my face and shit. The old woman's screaming, Dale, Dale, get Peter. Where's Peter? You know, it was just. I like the contrast between those two. So whatever. Anyways, part one is called Love Lies, Family Ties That Unbind. First chapter is going out to dinner with Dale T, which again is just a regular story, basically kicking off from where 2 left off. It was just Dale T, me, Gene still around somewhere, blah blah blah. Anyways, chapter 2. A gold digger's guide to getting the most out of life. Learning how to drain the lifeblood from an idiotic little man and his pathetic family while still being able to sleep at night. That's chapter 2. I like that story, actually. Then chapter 3 is, let's see, this is another one of those long ones. The Easter my father lost his basket and his place at the dinner table, not to mention his place in our hearts and our wills. See, next chapter is the day my father's fornication destroyed us all. Followed up by the day my father took off and abandoned me, leaving me for dead with only a hope and a dream in my heart and some old bologna in the fridge. Again, these are all subject to tweak and change, but I kind of like where they are right now. Next chapter is He Did It for the Cupboards, The Glory of Mordor's Riches. I fucking love that title. I say that every single time I do these, but I love that title. He did it for the cupboards and the glory of Mordor's riches. I fucking love that. Because the whole Hobbit thing. It's just, precious, my precious, where's cupboard? Down there. That fucking crazy shit. Anyways. Whew. And what's great about that is it's followed up. He did it for the cupboards and the glory of Mordor's riches. Is then followed up by Ollie the Wonder Dog is no more, the loss of a good friend. Really, I like the transition. A really good, especially when he abandoned me. Then they come back with the cupboards and you kill the dog. And then there's deconstruction, reconstruction, living in the house that Hell built, which I've, dude, my God, living through that fucking time. Oh my God, the entire house was in disarray, like to the point where the light bulb, the light that was like overhead, was hanging by a cord and a bulb. And I mean, we're talking the walls were tore up. There was shit everywhere. Like, it looked like a bomb blew up, and I had to like try to live in all that. And then we got Dale T's hand. I may have to put in another section in between there because actually I probably could just do another paragraph at the end of that or the beginning of. No, it'd have to be the other one because I want it to be that once the house started to come and take shape again, as in because she had him remodeling a bunch of shit. And it was like tore up for months because he's doing it on his off time from work, and he works like 12 hours and shit from mill, so he's only doing it on the weekends, and you know. And I basically want to put in where I talk about where when the house started to take shape, that's when she came in, and you know they moved back in, and then Dale T, which then followed up by Dale T's handwritten letter to Gene. But I have to see how that plays out. Anyways, happy trails, Hans. Today, Gene's last days with us. An anal reflection in the shit to come, or more shit to come. Maybe I should change it. An anal reflection and more shit to come. An anal reflection and the shit to come. I don't know. You have to tweak that one. Then we have Gene's handwritten letter to Dale T. And that's where I want to end Love, Lies, Family Ties, and Unbind. Right there. Gene's handwritten letter to Dale T. Boom. Then we go into part 2. Dissension in the ranks and more bullshit in the making. Again, that could be tweaked or even completely changed. It's kind of a placeholder for right now for part 2, but you get my point. I love this title. The day Gene flips out, goes ballistic, and loses her mind and her poodle figurines. I think that was. Yeah, I don't know if I talked about. I'm gonna have to go back and read through this because right now I'm compiling it, so I don't know. I can't remember what I've exactly talked about, what I haven't exactly talked about. So I'm gonna have to go back and reread the whole fucking thing. But I think this is the whole section with the candy corn light. I'm gonna have to talk. I'm gonna have to make. Yeah, I may have to make a whole chapter right there. Because, I'm gonna do that. The candy corn light. We gotta do an entire chapter, or at least a. No, we'll have to do an entire chapter of the candy corn light. That just needs to be in there. That might actually have to go before the day Gene goes ballistic. The day Gene flips out, goes ballistic, loses her mind, and her poodle figurines. That might actually have to go before the candy corn light. Whatever. Again, I'm just kind of toying with this as I'm going through it, because I want to get to the end, and I want to talk about when I first got here, because that's where it's going to end. The day I moved here, and I just kind of want to get everything out and talking about it, but I want to go through this first, just so I can kind of get in the mindset and get whatever. And then let's see. Next is because that's when Gene moves out. So basically, we have Gene's handwritten letter to Dale T, and then she moves it. Yeah, I might need something else in between there. So the candy corn light I think will be perfect because she had her lesbian friends dumpster diving because they had rented a dumpster, and Gene had bought the old woman this stupid candy corn light because she had it in her head that the old woman liked candy corn, which she didn't. I think my mother made an offhand reference to candy corn one time, and Jean, like I said, got it in her head that she liked candy corn. So Jean actually went out and bought this light that you plug in. It's this big candy corn like the size of somebody's fucking head, and it just lights up. Well, after the old woman died, Dale T and I didn't want it, so we threw it in a dumpster. It's literally sitting right on top. Like she can look out her window and see it sitting in there. Well, she had her lesbian friend dumpster dive, lesbian poodle groomer friend, dumpster dive in there before she went to work. In fact, I got a video of it. Jean's out there in her car, and the woman's inside the actual dumpster. 'Cause you don't see it; it's like right in the front yard, right by the big tree, right where right in front of the road and shit. you got a lesbian, you got this lesbian rooting around in a fucking trash heap, and Jean's like. Because you can almost hear her cackling out there, cackling demands and shit from the woman. Like, what do you see in there and stuff? Because there was a bunch of shit out there. Because, well, right before the woman had died, Dale T was in the midst of doing the living room and the dining room. Like, redoing it, like remodeling it. And before she died, he had gotten the living room completed. And right after she died, they put in him and Kevin, cousin Kevin, put in the floor, the wood floor, the panels. And all the shit that we had, the old furniture, the couch, etc., etc., we had nowhere to put it. So he puts it out behind the fucking old garage out there, back behind the pool. So there's all that shit out there, plus the shit Betsy had him do. And that was about 2 years, no, it was about a year and a half later. Because he was gone for a full year. So it was about a year and a half later. And so he had all that stuff. So, like, that old couch had been sitting outside for over a year. Just... And so when we got the dumpster, we basically went out back and we lugged all that shit into the dumpster. And whatever stuff we didn't want, like I had some old clothes I threw out. Just anything we had we didn't want, we just threw in the dumpster. Well, this fucking candy corn light that Gene had bought like a year and a half, 2 years ago, 2004, Christmas 2004, was sitting on top. So anyway, she takes it, brings it in. I got the videos where she got it. She put it in a window. She literally put it in a window as if like some big statement, like I took this. Like, yeah, it was like she purposely put it there. It's like this big symbol of defiance. Because at this point, she's already got the letter, be evicted, get the fuck out. So she put the fucking candy corn light in her fucking bedroom window right there. The one that she looked out and looked down into the dumpster. And she put it up there as, like I said, a symbol of defiance. It's almost like the bat signal, almost. But not, if you get my point. Anyways, yeah, we got to talk about that's going to have to be a whole freaking thing. In fact, I might do that next. The candy corn light. that whole sequence. It was just, oh my god. Anyways, I got to move on. Yeah, because the next chapter is right when she moves out. It's called The Committee of Three, no four, wait, it's five. That's where they were doing the vacuum cleaner and they were cleaning up the upstairs. Then we got the uninvited, where her kinfolk just keep pouring into the fucking house now. Then there's the Why Can't We Be Friends, which don't get me started. Then we got Uninvited 2. It's kind of like the Uninvited. Hold on, the Uninvited 2, kind of like Metallica's Unforgiven 2, but only with a point. Then we have Deathbed Confessions. The week I had pneumonia, nobody cared. Yeah, I remember that. Nobody gave a fuck, dude. I was literally in my fucking deathbed. In fact, that one video that I have at Dale T where he gives me the dead eyes, the deadlights, you can hear that. I'm talking like I can barely speak. I mean, it was to the point where I lost my voice. I had some sort of, I don't know what it was, pneumonia or something, but it was like I couldn't even speak. It was so fucked up. And they didn't give a damn. Like, they didn't do, I mean, they didn't give me any cough drops. They did nothing. They didn't take me to the doctor. They did nothing. And it's just, I think back to it and it's like, are you fucking kidding me? And here's a story I just added tonight, actually. The day that the Hobbit cries fall, that's when she started. This is when it all started to shit the bed. This story actually probably should go before Deathbed Confessions. But I kind of put Deathbed Confessions first because it insinuated that she was kind of giving me the business beforehand. Whatever. This is where she got all pissy. Because, see, what it was, Dale T always had this, I don't know what you call it, but he had this desire, if you will, to have a riding lawnmower. Now, you saw our property. You could run around our property in 10 minutes and be done. Maybe 15 if you really were slow. The bank, questionable, but again, you ain't gonna have no fucking riding lawnmower riding up down that stupid bank. Dude, he flipped that son of a bitch over and ended up in 69 with fucking tractor trailer running up his ass. Whatever. So anyways, he wanted a fucking riding lawnmower. Well, Betsy got the bright idea, because I'm lazy and do nothing, that I could actually mow the lawn. Now, keep in mind, at this point, I'm trying to get disability, legitimately, because you understand, between the spina bifida, tethered spine, herniated discs, sciatic nerve, the whole nine. Dude, just the thought of being on a vibrating, riding fucking lawnmower and having my sciatic nerve just as I fucking truck around the property. Are you fucking serious? I thought they were kidding, okay? I thought they were joking. And I was like, yeah, you two can kiss my ass. I said it with a laugh. Apparently, she flipped the fuck out. She flipped the fuck out, started screaming and shit. She waited until after dinner, obviously, which was probably another 5 minutes. Then she went in the other room and started screaming. She's doing dishes, and I go in my bedroom. I'm not paying attention. I thought it was, I thought we were just joking around. I was like, yeah, you two can kiss my ass. Well, apparently she was being serious, and that's when it all started. And she's like, you know, all you do is wait on him hand and foot and blah, blah, blah. He doesn't do anything. He doesn't respect us, blah, blah, blah. And this is right after her fucking son questioned her about her money and she kicked his ass out. So, the woman was mentally unstable to begin with, but that's just neither here nor there. Fucking insane is what that was. So, that's what that story's about. That's when it all shit the bed. I do have that one story. I don't remember. I made a clip of it, but I don't remember the actual story. I need to find the clip. Where we had that big fucking blow up. I think it was in like June. Yeah, I do need to put that in there. That needs to go. The last story, what hobbits in Vegas didn't stay in Vegas. That needs to go before that. That story. So I need to tell that story too. About that dude, she blew the fuck up. She wouldn't even come into the house. She's camped out in the garage. And she came home like 3 o'clock. DLT didn't get home till like almost 4. And she's out putzing around in the garage. She didn't come inside. I didn't know there was any problem. I literally didn't know there was any problem. All of a sudden, DLT's like, "Are we gonna talk?" And I'm like, "What's the problem?" Betty's upset. And I'm like, "About what?" Like, I had no clue. I was like, "Okay, she's upset. What's the problem?" Apparently, blah, blah, apparently I did something, said something. I don't know. I was like, "Are you fucking kidding?" Because I had no clue. I had no clue. None. So, anyways. See, what's the next one? The day I realized my father loves a homeless guy more than me, which then followed up by the day I went out and found a half-naked homeless man standing in my kitchen with his arm elbow deep in a jar of pickles talking about, hey, it's some sort of greeting. Again, a very long run-on sentence, but it's funny. And then what hobbits in Vegas didn't stay in Vegas or they get married. Now, part 3, when Christ looked down from the cross and said, it is finished, he wasn't kidding. Which is kind of, basically, what I'm trying to grasp with that is that basically it was finished for me. Like, I was the one that was, he wasn't kidding. He looked down from the cross, it is finished. In other words, you're fucked, basically. That was kind of the point. And at this point, this is when I get, the shit can in part 3. So we got DLT's little fucking Inferno, which is kind of like Dante's Inferno, but obviously with a DLT little glint. Then I redid DLT Little Oink Fucker of a Man, which I like a lot better than what I had. Then we got Cousin Renee's Handwritten Letter to Uncle DLT, followed by Grandma's Upset and She Ain't Having It No More. This one I just added the other day. Dale TV. It's Dale T with like dash V as in TV. Like Primetime, only dumber. And then we got Terms of Departure, which is a letter that I wrote of what I wanted them to do. Because like I had nothing. They weren't going to throw me out. I wasn't going to let them throw me out with like nothing. Then we got going to the movies, Hobbits on Parade. Now, for the record, that chapter has nothing to do with parades or movies. I like the title for some fucking stupid reason. That was actually the story of Gene's 4th of July fuck party. With the freaking pony with the American flag t-shirt. They actually had a fucking horse, a little miniature pony with an American flag t-shirt. And then she had outhouses on her property with American and British flags because she wanted to set up a quote-unquote 4th of July for the British people. She has these British friends that she met online. Apparently she sold them something through eBay. and started corresponding with them. I don't know, fuck what. Anyways, they came to the States on their way to Vegas for whatever fucker, which is ironic. Anyways, whatever. And she basically took these outhouses because she's gonna have this big fucking party, and she decorated them in American flags, which it's absolutely kind of funny to me, but whatever. And then we have the epilogue, which is going to set up for book 4, which is Graham and the Big Whaler, a trip to BK. So yeah, part 3 is a little weak. Well, I mean, it's not even done. And keep in mind, this is like the like first, like, I haven't even read through. Basically, I'm taking these, just kind of putting them as I do them, because most of the other stuff up to this point, everything else is kind of already written. Like right now, I've got everything that's here has been pretty much written. The rest of the stuff, I haven't even. It's like I gotta like go back almost 10 years, and actually shit, 11 years, and be like, you know, what the fuck? And I gotta go actually write this shit, which is what I'm doing here. I'm kind of going through all this stuff. So the point that I wanted to talk about right now was when I first moved here. Cause dude, the fucking first night here was crazy. You gotta understand, it was just insane. Because when the Hobbit first showed up, she decided she was gonna get involved in everything. Because she's gonna throw her weight around, you know. She's gonna ball up her fists and thrust them into her hips and her thighs, and start thrusting around the house and making demands. Okay. Well, in the midst of doing that, she took it upon herself to, quote unquote, clean my mother's water filter, or the water distiller that I absolutely needed, because I can't drink the tap water and I have dehydration and I really need a fucking distiller. I just do. There's no go buy bottled water bullshit. No. I need this fucking distiller. Like, physically need it. Like, no joke. Well, she ended up, quote unquote, cleaning it and ended up ruining it. So she went out and bought a new one. Now, this was like, shit. This was like 10 minutes into her stint at the house. Now, keep in mind, they were gone for about a year, so this is like late 2006. It's probably late summer 2006. Maybe August-ish, September. Well, she goes up and buys another one, and they're like $100. She probably spent like $120 back then. And now keep in mind, a year later, she's going to evict me. So this thing is like brand new. And like I said, I need it. And I'm like, I'm going to take it when I leave. Well, she got all fiery that day when they threw me out. And the first thing she did, go into the kitchen, unplugged it, and took it with her and drove off. That's how spiteful and pathetic she is. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I'll just buy another one. You know, not like I got $100, but you know, it is what it is. I need to get one. I'll just pick one up when I can. But you know, I need water. You know, I need to drink. You know. Luckily, they gave me like $150 and set me on my way. So I went and bought some groceries with $50, and I took the 100 and I bought a water distiller. So I basically had water and some food for a couple weeks. Well, I don't know. I don't remember what it was, but, and I still, like I said, I need to talk about this. Where she had this blow up, where she wouldn't even come in the house. It was just, I don't know. The woman had some mental issues, and I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm not saying to be hurtful. She legitimately had mental issues. But she probably still does. I don't know. I don't live there. I don't care. Whatever. But she was psycho, borderline psycho. back then. I don't know. You know, believe me, I don't think I got any better. But hey, whatever. Anyways, so I remember that day. She had left her shoes out, and they had been outside for a month. At least 3 weeks. No joke. 3 weeks. Not like 3 days. She had well, first off, she left them out on the pool for about a week and a half, and then she picked them up and left them on the stairs. They were on the deck, then they were on the stairs, and then she brought them over to the house and left them outside. And they had sat there for like a week. So it was at least a week and a half on the deck, 3 or 4 days on the stairs, and then at least another 4 or 5 days on the deck, on the in front of the door. Well, apparently she comes home, and of course this was quote unquote the final straw. I supposedly pissed in her shoes. She left her fucking shoes outside. Did she blame the dog? No. She blamed a neighbor dog? No. She blamed me for pissing in her shoe. Now whether I did or not is irrelevant. Now I can tell you right now that now I've never admitted to doing it, and I've never denied doing it. Okay. Just gonna throw that out to you. But I can assure you that at no time did I get out of my fucking deathbed, crawl outside, pull down my pants, and expose myself to God and nature and actually physically piss in her shoe. Now, did I take a piss bottle and dump it in her shoe? I'm not saying one way or the other. But I did not physically expose myself to the natures, is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, she was convinced I went out there and peed in her shoe. Which, again, had been sitting out there for at least 2.5 weeks. Bare minimum. That's not an exaggeration either. 2.5, almost to... It was probably closer to a month. I think it was like closer to 3, almost 4 weeks. It was close to a month. Because I remember, in fact, I got a video where I dunked her shoes into the fucking pool. Which... You know, whatever. Okay, that I admit to, because obviously I got a video of it, but... Well, that was the final straw, so apparently... I'm in my room, I'm completely oblivious to any of this. I'm like, whatever. She'd been a real piece of trash up to that point. It was to the point where I honestly didn't feel safe in my own home. I completely felt like a stranger in my family house. And I didn't... It was just... Whatever. It wasn't a good situation. And she comes and grabs that, takes off like bat out of hell, driving off to her mother's house until I've left. She has DLT call cousin Renee, who's going to come down and get me. Now, up to this point, I still got to talk about this too. I still got to write about this stuff. We had made arrangements because it was one of those things where they wanted me to move out, or well, she did. I don't think DLT really gave a damn either way, but it was one of those things where they were going to just dump me off in Rome somewhere, some project housing bullshit, and I was like, "Fuck you! You ain't doing that. I ain't gonna let you do that. Fuck you." Well, I ended up getting on the horn with Graham, and she had this apartment up here. The one I've been in for the last 11 years. And I basically suggested to her, I said, well, don't you have an apartment? And she's like, well, Peter, I do. It's a good idea. She didn't even think. It was like, because like they had just moved out. So it was like perfect timing. It was like God or some shit. It was like universe saying, hey, guess what? You know? Whatever. So that's where I was headed. And I'm trying to remember how everything played out, because it was like, and part of my demand was I'm taking Lucy. I mean, I'm just not going to go by myself. And one of the reasons I did not want to leave Lucy in that shithole of a house is because she had something to do with her fucking dope boy son. Was too stupid or something. He couldn't take care of it. He wanted a cat. And she got him a cat and he couldn't take care of it, so they have a cat. Or they had a cat. I don't know if they still do. I think the cat died. What? This is the one that knocked over my fucking MacBook that I had for about 3 days. I had the MacBook for 3 fucking days and knocked it off the fucking counter and completely broke it. Don't even get me started. Oh god, just thinking about that makes me ill. It just makes me feel sick. Just thinking about that. Well, her cat was fucking as psycho as she was, and the damn thing pissed all over the floor. Well, she sees it, blames Lucy. She literally grabbed Lucy by the collar, like pulled her head down, not in the pee or anything, but like pulled it down, and she like squatted down and started pointing a finger at Lucy and saying, bad dog. And Lucy had no fuck clue what she did. She didn't do anything wrong. She didn't do it. It came to find out later it was a fucking cat. Of course, did she apologize to Lucy? No. I'm like, the minute I saw that, I'm like, I ain't keeping Lucy with this crazy bitch. Lucy's coming with me. That's just that simple. And that's how that played out. So I remember one thing I remember. Dale T started crying. I'm going all over the place, so I apologize. But Dale T was literally crying. I've never seen a man cry. We're talking almost 30 years of my life at that point. I had never seen a man cry. And he informs me that, quote unquote, I did it good this time. You did it good this time. And Betsy's upset again. Which, whatever. That was her problem, not mine. But whatever. And that he's calling Renee to come get me. I'm like, okay. Because I knew I was on borrowed time and that I needed to start looking for a place, basically. But it was one of those things, could it blow over? Would it blow over? Maybe, sort of, kind of. They had just gotten married. And it was just kind of like, So, he runs off. I remember I'm standing in the living room, or in the dining room. And he runs off. He basically says in tears, how can you do this to me, Peter? How can you do this to me? And he takes off running upstairs crying, gets on the phone and starts talking to Betsy. The Hobbit. And I'm like, whatever. At that point I knew he was fucking ahead. I knew he was a lost cause at that point. So I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Now I had been kind of packing up my stuff. Now, I couldn't get everything, obviously, in one trip. Like, I couldn't get the furniture, I couldn't get the bed, I couldn't get the chair. No, come on, dude, lay down. All the TVs and shit. I could basically just get what I could, put into her car. Which I'm kind of glad I did. Because, well, she wanted me to get... I'm completely going all over the place. So basically Dale T has just run off. He's gone. And I got the entire house to myself. So I just started going through the house taking stuff. It was mine. Like, I went and got my toothbrush. I took the little holder that the toothbrush came in. Because I was like, fuck it, I ain't buying one of those. I'm going to take the one that's here. I just started taking stuff, that was mine, basically. Like, going around, make sure I had all my clothes, which I didn't have a lot of clothes, never do, but I took the ones, shorts and t-shirt and shit like that, and flip-flops and shoes and that kind of stuff. I had a bunch of movies that I brought up. In fact, I went out in the garage and we put the that one lawn chair that I still have to this day that's down on the porch. I brought that in. I put that into the car. Well, because Renee wanted me to bring the AC, which I'm really glad she did. I was like, well, that's kind of big. I could put other stuff in it. She's like, no, it's going to be warm. You might want to bring it. So I was like, okay. You know. Yeah, I remember this too because I was standing outside. In fact, it was the last time I was actually at the house. And we decided to get it from the outside. Because there's no point in trying to carry it through the house. Because her car was like right there. And Dale T had cut those bushes, those trees that were there. So the window was like completely open. So as I'm standing there, all of a sudden my leg goes out. I fall. I'm like literally standing out in front of the fucking house and I fall to the ground. And there's like people driving by, like the fucking highway. People over at the store and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? My leg went out and I fell. I mean, you'd hear the words. My leg went out and I fell. I didn't take a bad step. There wasn't like a hole there or something that like a mole had dug or some shit. No, I outside the house. I'm rolling on the ground. And I'm like, what? So I was completely worthless. But you know, luckily she was able to pick it up and bring it to the vehicle. What else? I'm trying to think. What else did we bring? I brought. I had to leave all my comics behind. I did get those eventually. Like I said, I had to leave all the furniture, my chair. I'm really pissed off. Those fuckers broke a lot of stuff. They broke my desk. They broke my fucking mini fridge. I don't know how the fuck you break a mini fridge. I mean, it worked, but I'm talking the inside. Like when you open it up, there's that little, there's like a tray, that little thing you put like sodas and stuff. Well, that plastic thing that goes there, they broke off. I don't know what the fuck they were doing. Scumbag fuckers. My chair got all banged up. A lot of my stuff got banged up. But I know they're sitting there fucking... whatever. Anyways. So, I took what I could. You understand, I came here with 60 fucking movies. My mother and I, that was the one thing we did. Oh, that was one of the things I had on my list. I want to take the fucking movies. Well, the Hobbit put the foot down on that. It's like, you know, you ain't taking all the movies. Because, you know, apparently they were hers now. They gave me a bunch of VH. She went through the movies and gave me what she didn't want. I'm like, fuck you, bitch. They're my mother's movies. Fuck you. It's the only thing I've got of my mother's. So I proceeded to try to get back as many as I could. That's why I've got over 1,000 fucking movies. DVDs and Blu-rays and shit. I even have a few VHS. And the ones that are VHS are only because I can't find them on Blu-ray or DVD. And I don't know, man. It just really fucking pisses me off. Just, it irritates me. Even to this day, it still bothers me. Because again, that was my mother's shit. You know, it was like, it was the thing that her and I did. All of a sudden, this scumbag comes in and starts taking everything. And acting like it's hers. And it's just, I don't know, man. I just don't play that kind of game, you know? Whatever. It's disgusting. Pathetic and disgusting. Whatever. So yeah, I'm sitting here on the... So the day I get here... Now keep in mind, this was late at night. It was not... Let's see, what was it? It was August 22nd. So it was still daylight out around 6, 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock. But it was getting dark. But I just remember coming here. And I had Lucy in my arms the whole way because she liked to be held. So I basically when I got here, again, I apologize, this is like all over the place. I'm just doing it as things pop into my head. Which I'm a little disheartened by the fact of what happened next, because I had Lucy here and she was on her lead. I then tie her up and I go into the kitchen and talk to Graham. And like, you know, I'm here now. That's, you know, Graham's like, oh, you're, oh, Peter, you're safe. You're so glad you're here, Peter, you're safe. And I'm like, yeah, Graham, I'm safe. All of a sudden, cousin Renee comes in and is like, Lucy got away. And I'm like, what? She's like, she's okay. She's right here. And I'm like, and she comes up and jumps in my lap. And I'm like, and of course, Graham took to Lucy like, she loved Lucy. I was like, I just remember Lucy ended up getting away. Well, luckily, Lucy was a good dog. She didn't go very far. Yeah, she was a good dog. Like, I actually let her outside without a lead. And she would just kind of run around. She'd go her path, and then I'd call her name. She'd come running right back to the house. She was actually a very good dog. Very, very good dog. Smart dog, too. I miss Lucy. Anyways. So, we start taking the stuff upstairs. Well, cousin Renee does. I wasn't doing anything because I couldn't lift a damn thing. So she starts taking all my stuff upstairs and bringing it in and doing whatnot. Now, up to this point, cousin Mary and Graham had been up here. This was back when Graham was actually mobile. Which, believe me, that's a term you don't ever want to think about, Graham being mobile, because all of a sudden you could have a knock on the door and like, Peter? Like, Jesus, Graham, no, don't come in. you know. Anyways. So they had been up here cleaning and stuff from the previous owner, or renter, I should say. So everything was pretty well ready for me when I got here. And the one thing I remember, it was dark and quiet. You understand, I was living living right there on the highway with the fucking Nice and Easy. And they had gas. I think the gas was open 24/7. And of course they had the lights and stuff. It's a gas station. So there was constantly lights, and then you come up here, there's no fucking lights. And you gotta understand, this upstairs apartment hasn't been renovated since like the 80s, like in any way, shape, matter, or form. So there's no overhead lights. Literally every room's got a lamp in it, like it's like the 1600s, 1700s, or whatever the fuck hundreds it is. Like some sort of oil lamp bullshit, And it's like, I remember fumbling around with this fucking light. The one, in fact, I still have that light. In fact, it's still in the living room right now to this day. In fact, it's the one that's on right now. And it used to have these little dangly things. I don't know what the fuck they were. They look like diamonds, but they were like on these little dangly chains. And I remember I reached up underneath there, and I wanted to flip the thing. And I ended up grabbing the dangly thing, and I pulled it because I thought maybe it was one of those chains. I pulled it, and all of a sudden it's in my hand, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? So my first experience here was I'm in the dark, and I broke the lamp. Not broke it, like completely broke it, but you know what I mean. Well, I finally reached up, turned the light on, and I'm sitting there thinking, what the fuck is this? Now Lucy's like, she doesn't know what to do because she's been evicted from her home too, and she don't know what to make of it. I'll tell you, I wouldn't be able to get through half of what I did if Lucy hadn't been here. God, I miss that fucking dog, dude. I legitimately miss that dog. Like her and I were buddies. I mean, we went through a lot together. And God, I miss that dog. Seriously. Fucking A, man. And so, anyways, that was the first thing I remember coming up here. It was dark and it was quiet. Because you understand, when I was a kid, I'd come up here and I'd like spend the weekend or week with my grandparents. I did that once in a while when I was, in grade school. And I just wasn't used to this kind. Even before Nice and Easy moved in, even back in the day, it was still, there was still a lot of cars going up and down 69. And there was always activity going on at the store. Something was going on. You had the fire hall right next door, so every time the fire alarm went off, you hear this woo, woo, and it was like loud as fuck because we were literally right next door to it. I think we were like one house down from it, but it was on the other side of the road, so it was like one or two houses down. It was like right there, like you could look out the window and see it and wave to somebody in the fucking fire truck. Is how fucking close we were. So again, it was all this fucking commotion. And when I was a kid, I'd come up here, and all you hear is the ticking of the clock. It was like tick, 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 tick. That's all I heard. Like, I couldn't sleep. I remember so many times as a kid, I just could not sleep. Because, again, every fucking room had a clock, and it was tick, 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 tick. That's the fuck all you heard. Oh my god. And it was just dark and just, holy shit. I mean, like, I still don't even. Honestly, when I sleep, well, because I have weird sleep patterns, so sometimes I sleep during the day. But like when I sleep at night, I leave the light on in the living room. Well, one, because I don't want to fumble with it in the dark, and two, if I have to get up, I want to be able to see, you know. And three, I like to have the light on, you know, because like I said, it's super dark up here. Anyways, so yeah, that was my first experience being here, and then having to deal with Graham just in a collective, which I'd put up with Graham any day compared to The Hobbit. Put up with that bullshit. Because yeah, at that point, Gene had moved out. A year prior, Gene had moved out, so she was up here. I don't know, man. Just kind of a really, really bad situation. I would never want to revisit. I really don't ever want to revisit. I don't know, man. It just sucks, you know. Like I said, I know I'm gonna die soon. Everybody else is fucking dead. I mean, I got like two cousins. They ain't spring chickens either, you know. So it's like once we're gone, that's it. Ain't nobody here. And I don't know. It just seems weird. There's really no family to pass on the house and the farm and the barn and all the bullshit to, you know. I don't have kids. I don't have family. And once a handful of people are gone, that's it. So it's like, who's going to get the house? Who's going to get the farm? I don't know, you know. I don't know. It's just really weird to me. I mean, and I'm still bothered by the fact that I lost my family home. I could probably have dealt with it if, after my mother's passing, we were basically came to the agreement, oh, we can't afford it, let's sell it, go our separate ways, and, you know, be like that. I could totally have gotten behind that. Totally have gotten behind that. You know? But to have it, like, swept out from underneath me like that, I don't know, it bothers me. It really, really bothers me. And I had no say in the matter. So that part really does bother me. Like legitimately bother me. Like, hurt me as like a human being. It bothers me. I don't know. But I remember that fucking ride up. It was like everything was kind of numb because it was like, okay, this is happening. You know what I mean? It was because before it was, yeah, you know, this might happen, this might not happen, and then all of a sudden it was like, okay, this is going to happen, but when's it going to happen? I don't know. But to actually be in the vehicle, being driven up here, because I used to love to drive up here at Christmas time. It's always a great ride up here. And it was like, I realized that's going to be the last time I'm ever going to make that ride, make that trip up. At least going that way, at least going the way we went. Because, yeah, I do it from going from Rome to, you know, obviously you do that because you go to Rome once in a while, maybe once or twice a year. But that trip is not the same as, because that's basically just a straight line straight up through. This, you're taking the back roads and shit, and it was like, so we do it every holiday, you know, every Mother's Day, every Christmas. And see, what we come up, what, 3 times a year, was it? Yeah, Easter, Mother's Day, and Christmas were the 3 times we'd come up here each year. Um, And just knowing that that was the last time, you know? And then Graham dies, and then Gene dies. It's like, holy shit. I mean, I can't really express the fact that. I've talked about this a few times before, but I can't really express how it makes me feel knowing that I'm literally the only one left. I mean, there's Dale T. And actually, that's it. There's just me and Dale T. Of like the original group, original family. I can't. And the fact that I'm 42 and people my size, we don't live into our 50s and 60s, so it's like, holy fucking shit. You know, unless I make some legitimate changes now, and even then, I've done so much damage to my fucking body that it's like, pfft, yeah, I might as well just, I might as well just keep eating the donuts. And be like, hey, you know what? What difference does it make if I eat the donut now versus I stop eating the donuts, lose a little bit of weight, and then all of a sudden still die anyway? Because I've seen it happen more times than not. When somebody gets their life in order and everything's starting to go good, that's when they fucking die. That's when they fucking die. I've seen it happen so many fucking times. You know? So it's like again, I told that story with Graham and the ice cream. She's like, Peter, the store ice cream's $2 each, Peter. Don't buy that expensive stuff. And I was like, her idea with the expensive stuff was there was the shitty stuff that had no taste to it for like $2 a carton, or for $2.50 we could have got flavors. And I was like, you know what? Fuck that. I went and bought the flavor stuff. Well, she questioned me on it. Now, we each bought two of them, so okay. She spent 4, I spent 5. She saved 50 cents each, she saved $1. Now, at this point, right now, at this exact second in life, what difference does that make? Seriously, Graham, what difference did that make? You're dead, you had shitty ice cream, I spent an extra 50 cents each carton, and I spent an extra $1 to, instead of getting plain vanilla, I got maple fucking walnut. I'm alive. You saved 50 cents, but you know where it went? To the fucking state. It went to the fucking nursing home. So, who was better off for it? You pissed and complained that it was just plain vanilla, wasn't that good, but you saved $1. I spent $1 and had what I wanted and enjoyed it for the time. You know? And I'm talking about it years later. Dude, that happened... Let's see, that happened at least 9 years ago. Maybe 10. About 10, yeah. And about 10 years. That happened 10 years ago, and I'm talking about it to this day. That fucking ice cream. Now you're lucky if you get it on sale for $3 instead of $2.50. Bullshit. Fucking crap. God. But it's like, you know, seriously. She saved 50 cents, but what good did it do? I spent 50 cents, and I enjoyed it for the time. And I can look back fondly on it thinking, hey, I had maple fucking walnut. It was really good. You had plain shitty fucking vanilla that had no flavor because it wasn't even a store. Actually, I think it was either the store brand or the cheap shit off brand. Because she wasn't obviously going to buy the good stuff. And it's like, you know, you want to question me, but what good is it now? What good was saving that $1? You know? What good did it do you? What good is it doing you right now? That's the question I'd like to ask. She's probably in hell. I'm just going to throw that out there. She's probably in hell. Jesus and God and born again bullshit and all that stuff. She's probably in hell. So let me ask you that question. As you're burning in hell, Graham, what the fuck difference does that 50 cents each carton make? Seriously, what difference did that make? And I don't say that lightly when I say she's probably in hell. I mean, you know, she probably is. She probably is. Gene probably too. I don't know what their belief was. It is what it is. I can't change it. Nothing I could do. I couldn't change their mind either way, even if I wanted to. You know? So, Hopefully God is good and there's some reprieve there somewhere where they're not in fucking hell. So again, I got that going on for me, you know? That they're probably both in hell. You know? They're dead in hell and I'm the only one left. And that's shit that I have to live with, you know? You know, thank God for being a Christian, you know? This is whatever, man. I don't know how I feel about all that stuff, to be honest with you. It's like I know what I'm supposed to believe, and I know that what I believe is probably a lot of bullshit too. So it's a catch-22. But in all honesty, hey, it is what it is. I don't know, man. So again, you put all that shit into perspective, and it's like, was any of it fucking worth it? Her coming and stealing the house. They actually sold the house for less than they put into it. That house was a fucking... Seriously, you ever see the movie Money Pit? That house was a money trap from day one. Part of me, in a way, is thankful that my mother took out another, like, fourth mortgage on the fucking house. That house had been paid off like 3 or 4 times. Honestly, guys, I think it was paid off like 3 times. And the old man was like, "Oh, let's remortgage it. We'll get 70 grand." It was like, you know, it's kind of like that nigger rich kind of stuff, like get rich quick kind of a thing. I don't know what her. Well, the problem was she had so many fucking bills. She had to refinance the fucking house to pay the fucking bills, which was just stupid. But whatever. Well, hey, you know what? If it hadn't been for that, they'd be living in that fucking house right now. And the reason they're not, the only reason they got screwed, is because of that. So part of me is grateful that it happened. Part of me is grateful that my mother took out a 15th fucking mortgage on that house. You know? Because he still would have met her, she still would have moved in, and she still would have taken over. The only difference is she would have been much better off. She actually lost money. She lost a crap ton of money on that house. Serves her right, too. So it's like a little bit of justice went on there. Fucking stupid people, I swear to God. Yeah, she sank thousands of dollars into that house. And I don't even think she got back what she invested. I think she actually... No, in fact, I know for a fact she lost money. She definitely lost money on that house. There was like a $80,000 mortgage on that fucker. You know? And she remodeled the fucking thing. She spent at least a good 20 grand remodeling that fucker. And I know for a fact she didn't get... The amount of money she put into it versus how much they actually had to pay on it. When I don't know if they sold it or if they... I don't know if they sold it or if they're renting it. They were renting it for a while, but I don't know if they sold it. I think they may have sold it. I don't remember. Whatever. She didn't get the money she put into it. She didn't get... First off, she didn't get what it's even worth, because the market was just shit at the time. Which, thankfully, you know. So, hey, whatever. Thanks for coming along. Thanks for playing. Whatever, man. Fucking greedy people, anyway. Anyways. So what was I talking about? Yeah, the first time I got here, trying to remember if there's anything else I want to talk about that. Yeah, like I said, the minute I got here, it was just dark and quiet. I was like, and of course I'm sitting here alone. Thanks to God I had the dog, because dude, it was creepy up here. I don't want to be up here by myself. I can't live without a dog. I mean, that's the problem. I need something else living here. I can't deal with other people, so I need a dog. You know, I constantly need a dog. So, whatever. But yeah, I wasn't gonna let Lucy stay in that. Was she scolding a dog like that for no reason? And turned out to be cat piss. It's like, give me a break. Did she scold the cat? No. Just, I don't know, man. Just how people operate. I don't get it. And I was trying to lay low. You gotta understand, I was actually trying to be very good with the situation. I understood the situation, I grasped the situation, and I was trying to stay under the radar as best I could. But no, she wouldn't let me stay under the radar. She had to keep coming and poking the bear with a stick is what happened. And it was like, why? Why do you have to do that? Why can't you just leave me the fuck alone? I'm not bothering you. I'm not even bothering you. You know? I'm in my room, I eat some food, and I use the bathroom in the shower. That's basically it. And occasionally I do laundry. That's about all I need. I'm not bothering you. One room in the fucking house. Literally. But no. Because, you know, I needed that support. I needed somebody who can get me to the doctor. I needed somebody who could go shopping. I needed somebody who could do these things. Like, I'm getting to the point right now, I can't shop anymore. I'm having all I can do to get around the fucking store. Like, last time, I didn't even get butter. I couldn't get on the other side of the store. I couldn't physically do it. You know? And, whatever. Again, it's one of those things where she looks at me like I'm just lazy or I just don't want to, it's one of those, oh, walk around the house, once a day. And then each day try to do it, the next day try to do it twice and try to do it 3 times. Next thing you know, a week later, you're doing it 15, 20 times around the house. First off, you're a fucking idiot. Second of all, have you ever been walking around this house? This house is a fucking hill on top of a hill that's on top of a fucking hill. If I walked around the house, especially that other side, I would fall and kill my fucking self and roll down the hill. I'd be halfway down the fucking town by the time I stopped rolling. Okay, I would twist a fucking ankle. Do you understand that? That's even if the ground was flat. I still couldn't even do it. Because my fucking leg goes out. My back goes out. People don't understand what it's like to have sciatic nerve pain. Okay, just that alone. And I don't want people to understand what that's like. But I get really pissed off when they look at me like, well, you can do it, you just don't want to do it. Or you're too lazy to do it. Fuck you. It has nothing to do with being lazy. It's the fact I physically can't do shit. I physically can't move my fucking legs sometimes. I mean, that's how I got the goddamn hernia. I woke up. This is back when I was at the other house. This is back at the family house. I woke up one morning. I could not move my legs. I could wiggle my toes. I could feel my legs. I couldn't physically move them. Like, I couldn't move. I don't know what the problem was. That I had to, like, literally reach down and move my leg over to the side of the bed and try to, like, hoist it up. Now, if you've been laying down and, like, try to sit up, I got the hernia by trying to pull myself up to a seated position so that I could get some blood flow back into my legs so I could move them. They weren't tingly or anything. I don't know what it was. You understand? Like, when I would sit out on the deck, if I lay flat, it gets to the point where I can't move my legs. Like, they paralyze. I mean, I can feel them, but I can't move them. And people don't understand what that's like. People don't grasp that. I can't even grasp it because it doesn't make any sense. It's just, I know that my mind is like, my leg is not moving. I want to move my leg, and my legs are not fucking working. So if I lay flat, I'm fucked. The only way I can do it is if I can kind of tilt her over and get on my side. If I can get on my side, then I'm okay. But if I lay flat, no. No. I can't move. I'm fucked. And you take all that and you put that into consideration, and it's like, yeah, bitch, I can't ride the fucking riding lawnmower around the goddamn house. Do you understand? Oh my god. And they're trying to explain this to people, like Dale T is like trying to talk to a bucket of shit. It's like, no, it just doesn't work. And I'm not trying to be all poo-pooey about it or anything like that, where it's like, oh, poor me. I want people to understand, though. It's not easy. It's not what... Believe me, I wish I could just get up and work and go to work and just have a normal fucking life. I can't even let the goddamn dog out for a walk. Do you understand that? I can't put the dog on a stupid lead, walk down the stairs, and walk around the fucking house. Or even go out in the front yard without my goddamn back going out. And if my back goes out, you know what happens? Seriously, do you know what happens when your lower back goes out? You fall down. You fall down. And I've used the analogy of, like, if you ever painted a ceiling, you got the little roller and you're painting, and you're lifting your arms up over your head. The next day when you wake up, and your shoulders are so sore that you physically can't lift them over your head. That's what it's like. Now imagine that where you physically can't move. Because your muscles just are like, no. Fuck you. Imagine that the entire width of your lower back, right above the crack of your fucking ass. Your entire lumbar section of your lower back is like that. Your core is fucked up. You can't move. Well, guess what? You fall the fuck down. I fall the fuck down. I'm gone. I'm dead. It's over. People don't get that. Oh, just walk around some more. It has nothing to do with that. I wish it were that simple. I do. I wish it was that simple. Just you need to be more motivated to walk around. I wish it were that simple. And trying to explain it to people, it's like you can't. You cannot explain it to them. So she gets all bent out of shape. Oh, he can do this, and you wait on him hand and foot. Yeah, he did. He waited on me hand and foot because I couldn't do certain things. And she had in her head that I could. And that's where 99% of the problem came in. And she started getting all weepy-eyed and bullshit and crying to her mother about bullshit. And I'm like, bitch, I can't do what you think I can. You know? I can barely take care of myself. I mean, I'm just going to throw that out there. I barely can take care of myself. I'm having all I can do to keep things as shitty as they are. I mean, it's literally going to take me over 2 weeks to try to clean this house and be ready for Thanksgiving. Okay, this is the 12th. I got 10 more fucking days until Thanksgiving. Holy shit, 10 more days. Wow. Yeah, today's the 12th, isn't it? It's the 22nd, right? Yeah, holy shit. 10 more fucking days. Wow. I got 10. Oh shit, man. I got 10 days. I got to vacuum. That's going to take a day. I keep having to mop the floors because the damn dog wants to pee and poop all over him. And I've been letting him out. He just, he doesn't know any better because, well, again, that was my own fault. I didn't potty train him when he was a puppy. Because Lucy died, I got depressed, and I basically said, you know what, you want to pee in the house? Go ahead. Go out in the kitchen and pee. I don't give a fuck. First off, he was too small to go up and down the stairs, and I was so depressed, I didn't get out of bed for like a week. Honestly, God, I did not move for a week. I think I got up to go to the bathroom. I didn't even eat. I had actually lost weight. I was losing weight. I hadn't eaten in over a week. And I'm not just saying, not like a fat guy's version. Oh, I didn't eat. I had, 3 cans of raviolis that day. That's not eating, in my book. No, I literally did not eat a fucking thing for about 4 days straight. I did have like some toast, I think, one day or some stupid thing. Something small like that. But for like 3 or 4 days, I didn't eat shit. I wasn't eating anything. And I started to get sick and shit. And I got depressed because, the fucking dog had died. And he was still such a little shit that I was like, you know what? It's wintertime, it's cold, I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna go downstairs with him under my arm just so he can waddle around out there. I was like, you know what, he wants to pee, I'll just mop it up. And that's why he's not potty trained. He doesn't know any better. I let him do it because I was depressed and didn't want to get up. It was my fault, so I can't blame him. He does not know any better. It's not his fault. And under the circumstances, it technically wasn't my fault either. It was just, shit happens, and yeah, dude, I haven't been that depressed in a long time, thankfully. I mean, I'm constantly depressed, like it, there's different degrees of it, but to actually be that depressed to the point where I don't get out of bed, that happened a couple Christmases. Like the first Christmas I was here, I was super fucking depressed. Like absolutely depressed. The first like 4 years, every time Christmas came around, like especially around January, February, um, I get super super depressed. Like I wouldn't get out of bed. There was a time I didn't get out of bed like all January. I literally slept all January. I remember that. I would get up, go to the bathroom, get something to eat, and come back and sleep. Play some video games, watch some TV, and then go back and sleep. I did that for an entire month in January that one year. Oh my god, dude. And I'm telling you right now, that shit was not living. I tell you, and that was I still had Lucy around here too. So like I mean, I'd let her out and stuff. And it was back when I had to go downstairs too, so it was even worse. It's like you're fucking depressed, and then you gotta let the dog out by going downstairs and sit in the snow. That just wasn't good. Oh my god. That was some bad time, dude. That first year, that 2007, 2008, 2009, and even part of 2010 was pretty bad. I would go into serious deep depression right directly after Christmas. God, that was not a good time, man. I mean, I still get depressed around Christmas time, but not like that. I do have like different degrees of depression. But like I said, it was not that bad. Like I wanted to die. That one year, honestly, God, that one year I was actually thinking about ways to kill myself. I'm not gonna lie. And it was even to the point where if I fell down the stairs, it was like I don't even give a fuck. And it's just not a good place to be in. It just really is not a good place. But hey, you know what? For as shitty as things are a lot better. I mean, it sucks that I still break even. Like I have just enough to break even. Like this month, I didn't do a damn thing, but I have like no money left. That's not true. I have $66 left, which I'm saving for Survivor Series to order out. And I'm probably gonna order out. I'm gonna probably have to order like 2 days worth of food. So I'm probably gonna order like $50 worth of stuff. Because one is the big four. I always order like pizza and wings on the big four. I just do. It's WWE weekend. That's what I do. So I'm gonna get pizza and wings, and that shit's gonna cost me $30. I'm gonna get the antipasta. That's another $10. I'm gonna get some breadsticks. That's what, $4, $3, whatever the fuck it is. I'll probably get like one of those combo platters where I get some onion rings and some mozzarella sticks. I'm gonna get a whole bunch of shit. I'm gonna spend probably about $50. It's gonna be the best $50 I've spent in a while, and I don't care. I'm gonna get that Saturday and that Sunday. It's gonna be beautiful. Oh, shit, in fact, that's this Saturday. Oh shit, dude, that's coming. Oh my god, this is Monday. Oh shit, it's this Saturday. The 17th, I think. 18th, whatever it is. Holy shit, that is this weekend. Holy fuck. Oh, I'm gonna be broke though. Shit, man. I'm gonna have like. I'm gonna try to save. I'm gonna try to like save like $16. I still gotta get Thanksgiving stuff. I ended up having to break into the beans, so I gotta buy some more beans. That's $4. I get the big can. I gotta get the big can because it's gotta last me like a week. So I'm gonna take that big can and Grandma Brown fuck beans. I gotta buy a cabbage. I gotta buy more potatoes. I gotta buy the 2 pies. I want to get some whipped cream. Yeah, because you gotta get the pumpkin pie and you gotta get the apple pie. Mrs. Smith or whoever the fuck is available. Those pies. And then we've got to get, and this is something classic that my family's done for as long as I can remember. We have to get the Adirondack fruit punch soda. That something about that soda with those fucking pies. If I do not get that soda, it is not Thanksgiving. I don't care how many fucking Macy Lane Santa coming down the fucking Macy Lane bullshit. How many dog shows with the guy from Seinfeld. I don't give a fuck. I don't care how many fucking times a Rockettes kick their fucking legs. It ain't Thanksgiving if I don't have that soda, because there's just something about the flavor of that soda with those fucking pies and the smell of that goddamn turkey cooking and the turnip and shit. Oh my god. But I got the turnip. I even bought some stovetop stuffing. I got it from Amazon Prime, so I'll have some of that. I gotta get some more beans, like I said, some more potatoes. I got plenty of butter. I talked about this before. I'm gonna talk about it again because I got nothing else to talk about. What else is there? I got the squash, so I'll have turnip, squash, mashed. Oh, I gotta get milk. Gotta fucking get milk. Oh my god, trying to mash potatoes without the milk. Holy shit. So I gotta get some milk. So I'm gonna have mashed potatoes. I don't know what I'm gonna do for gravy. I may not even have any gravy. I think I'm gonna do chicken instead of turkey because I can't deal with a big turkey. First off, I don't have money for a big ass turkey. And yeah, so I think I'm gonna do some chicken, which is gonna suck, but maybe I could find some. I'll be honest with you. I hate cranberries. I fucking hate cranberries, especially at Ocean Spray. I hate cranberries, but I might actually, if I can find it, I might actually get some for Thanksgiving. Because cranberry is the only time you want cranberry is Thanksgiving. I can't deal with cranberry, like, especially the canned shit. Ugh. Like that shit that comes out the can, it actually looks like the can. It's got the shape of the can. Oh my god, that gelatin shit. Oh god, especially the Ocean Spray. That shit's just nasty and bitter. Ugh. But yeah, that's the only time I can deal with that stuff. I am gonna be a little pissed I don't have turkey because it's just like you get turkey once a year, and this is it, and I ain't gonna have turkey because like I said, I couldn't even, dude. I couldn't afford a fucking turkey this year. I couldn't get no $20 for a fucking turkey. Then you gotta fuck with it, which I actually, for some reason, I don't know why. I like deboning those fuckers. I don't know why. I hate the brown meat. I always save the brown meat for the dog. Fucking hate brown. Dude, I hate brown turkey meat. Oh, ew. Ew. I like the turkey breast. I like the white meat. I don't mind like the leg. Leg is okay. That's about the closest thing to brown meat that I can deal with. Like that thigh meat shit. Ugh. Ugh. Same thing with the chicken. I do not like dark meat at all. So, like I said, I'll do that. Then we got the fucking pies. Got the pie. Oh, dude, I can't wait to do those pies. I can't wait to get them. I have to actually get them though. I have to do the fucking pies. They have the fucking smell of the pies rooting around the house as I'm watching fucking plane, trains, and automobiles. And no, I'm not watching it 2 weeks early. You fucking moron. Whatever. Anyways, yeah, it's pretty bad. I basically have to think about food to survive. It's weird. Because like, if I didn't, I'd be depressed. I'd be like super fucking depressed right now. You understand? I'm the last one fucking left. Probably half my family's in hell. Literally. And I'm the only one left. I'm literally the only motherfucker left. You understand it? I'm the last motherfucking man standing. Do you get that? I talk about this numerous times, but do you get what that actually entails? Do you get that? I am the last motherfucking man standing. I don't know how I'm supposed to deal with that. I don't know how I'm supposed to put up with that. I don't know how that's something that is just supposed to be. Because it kind of freaks me the fuck out when I think about it. So anyways. This is the class. I can't. You get an hour and a half. You get an hour and 20 minutes of fucking clip. Anyways, I'm done. I don't talk to you anymore. Fuck you. My nose is stuffed. This that. My nose is stuffed up. Oh. Anyways, whatever.